Good morning students, once again welcome back to the physics class. Now before going to start today's class, I would like to revise once again our previous class. So what was the previous class? Classification of magnetic materials. In this classification of magnetic materials, based on the behavior of the magnetic materials, they divided three types. What is that three types? Diamagnetic materials, paramagnetic materials and ferromagnetic materials. Now first of all I will tell you about diamagnetic materials. So what is the diamagnetic materials? Which materials actually we should call the diamagnetic materials? Which materials cannot accept the magnetic field? Which materials cannot accept the magnetic field? That materials are called diamagnetic materials. Now in this diamagnetic materials having some properties. What is that properties? Magnetic susceptibility is negative. Relative permeability is slightly less than unity. The magnetic field lines are repelled by diamagnetic materials when placed in a magnetic field. And last one, fourth point is susceptibility is nearly temperature independent. Susceptibility is temperature independent. So about this diamagnetic materials, I told you in the previous class like this. And next one, paramagnetic materials. Which materials are accepting the magnetic field? Which materials are accepting the magnetic field? That materials are called paramagnetic materials. So in this paramagnetic materials also having some properties. What is that properties? Magnetic susceptibility is positive and small. Relative permeability is greater than unity. The magnetic field lines are attracted into the paramagnetic materials when placed in a magnetic field. Susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. So these 4 points, these 4 properties I told you in the previous class. Now along with these properties, I told you already about Curie's law. Curie's law is nothing but what? Susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. Correct. Susceptibility means we are indicating xi m. Xi m is inversely proportional to temperature means what? Xi m is inversely proportional to 1 by T. So xi m proportional to 1 by T means I am going to convert that proportionality to equal format. So xi m is equal to C into 1 by T. C is the proportionality constant. This relation is nothing but a Curie's law. Correct. So Curie's law means what? The relation between the susceptibility and temperature. What is the relation? Inversely proportional. Okay. And next one and last one is ferromagnetic materials. Which magnetic materials are strongly attracted by the magnetic field? Which magnetic materials are strongly attracted by magnetic field are called ferromagnetic materials. In this ferromagnetic materials are made up of a small regions. That small regions is nothing but a domains. Okay, these ferromagnetic materials initially the domains having magnetic field lines in different directions. Whenever you are placing this ferromagnetic material in any other external magnetic field, all the magnetic field lines in the ferromagnetic material will be converted into the direction of the external magnetic field. I told you already in the yesterday's class. Okay, and this ferromagnetic materials also having some properties. What is that properties? Magnetic susceptibility is positive and large. Relative permeability is large. The magnetic field lines are strongly attracted into the ferromagnetic materials when placed in a magnetic field. And last one, susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay, so about this three topics, that means classification of magnetic materials, we discussed in yesterday's class. Already we know, last week itself I started our unit 3, magnetism and magnetic effects of electric current. In this chapter already few concepts we learned. Today few concepts we are going to learn. Today's learning objectives: magnetic field of a straight conductor, magnetic field of circular coil, right hand thumb rule, and Maxwell's corkscrew rule. About these four concepts today we are going to learn. Today's our first concept is magnetic effects of electric current. Magnetic effects of electric current. That means magnetic effects of electric current means how the electric current is producing the magnetic field. How the electric current is producing the magnetic field. Now we are going to learn. Okay, so for our convenience, here I inserted one image. Please see that magnetic effects of current. Magnetic effects of current. This explanation I will give you later. First of all, you can observe this right side two images. What is the two images? In the two images having, first of all, please see the first image in the right side top corner. That image having one magnetic compass, okay, and one conductor, like it is looking like a stick. That red color and white color combination is there, no? That is the current carrying conductor. That is the conductor, and a magnetic compass means that round shaped instrument. Okay, and this one, it is like a cap, it is opened. That is the switch. That is the switch. That round shaped instrument is the compass, magnetic compass, and that looking, it is like a stick, that is the conductor, and it is like a opened cap. That instrument name is the switch. That instrument name is the switch. What is the use of the switch? We know that already. Actually, what is that? Switch is open means it's not flowing the current. It's not flowing the current. Then will you please see the second image? In this second image, switch is closed. Switch is closed means it will flow the current in the conductor. Whenever switch is closing, current will flow through that conductor. Whenever switch is open, current won't flow through that conductor. It's like a regularly our using in our homes the switches, right? We should on the switch means bulb will glow. Otherwise, our TV will be run, our fan will be run. We can on the switch. Switch on means here switch closed. We should off the switch means TV will off, fan will off, at the same light also will off. Correct, no? Like that, here switch is open means switch is closed. So here switch is closed means switch is on. Okay, so whenever you close the switch, some amount of current will flow through that conductor. Whenever you open that switch, some amount no current will flow through that conductor. Okay, so now you can come into the theory. Oersted experiment. Oersted means it is a scientist name. he only proposed this magnetic effects of current. Okay, what he observed, now we should see. In 1820, Hans Christian Ørsted, while preparing for his lecture in physics, noticed that electric current passing through a wire deflects the nearby magnetic compass. First of all, I would like to explain from first to here. Please listen. In the year 1820, Hans Christian Ørsted, while preparing for his lecture in physics, at that time, usually he is preparing his physics notebook. He was identified one activity. What is that activity? Electric current passing through a wire. In that wire, electric current is passing. Nearer to that wire, one compass is there. Compass. Whenever that current is passing through the conductor, he observed that the deflection of magnetic compass is due to the change in magnetic field produced around current carrying conductor. He observed, what he observed, whenever current is flowing through that conductor, that magnetic compass is showing some deflection. Deflection means, will you see again the right side images? At the middle of the magnetic compass, one red color needle is there. Needle. In the first figure, right side top figure, that needle is in exactly parallel to the conductor. Will you observe? Exactly parallel to the conductor. First figure. In second figure, that needle is in, it's not in parallel to the conductor. It is showing some deflection. The needle is moved. Okay. For what reason it is moved? Again, please observe the first diagram. In that first diagram, switch is opened. Switch is opened. Switch is opened means current won't flow through that conductor. Correct. So current won't flow through means that magnetic compass, it's not showing any deflection. But second image, that switch is closed. Whenever that switch is closed, that magnetic some amount of current is flowing through that conductor. When the because of that current, that magnetic field is deflecting. It's showing some reading. Okay. So he observed that for what reason that compass is showing deflection. He didn't understood. Okay. After that, he made so many experiments. Then he found that current carrying conductor is producing magnetic field around this region. He identified that current carrying conductor is producing magnetic field around this region of that conductor. For that only, that magnetic compass is showing the deflection. He found that. Okay, now we can continue this. He observed that the deflection of magnetic compass is due to the change in magnetic field produced around current carrying conductor. When the direction of current is reversed, the magnetic compass deflects in opposite direction. Suppose now, actually he is not mentioned in the direction of the current in this figure. Suppose the current is flowing in forward direction, means the deflection is showing in the left. In the second diagram, please observe what he is saying. The direction of the current is reversed, means the direction of the current will be moving backwards, means that compass will show the deflection in right side. Okay, so that is the meaning of when the direction of current is reversed, the magnetic compass deflects in opposite direction. Okay, this lead to the development of theory electromagnetism, which unifies two branches in physics, namely electricity and magnetism. Okay, for this reason only it is developed electromagnetism chapter. Before so many years back, it is separate branches. Electricity and magnetism both are in separate branches. After found this experiment after identified this experiment only, he proposed electromagnetism theory. Okay, so this is the explanation about the magnetic effects of electric current. Next concept is magnetic field around a straight current carrying conductor. Now, in this concept, first of all, please see what I inserted two images here. In the first image is that red color, that is the conductor. That red color line is there, no, that is the conductor, and that arrow marks showing on the line is current. So that is the current carrying conductor. Okay, as I explained above already, every current carrying conductor will produce the magnetic field around this region in the form of circles. Okay, now here also that is the current carrying conductor. So that current carrying conductor is producing the magnetic field around this region. That red color is the current carrying conductor and that blue color lines are the magnetic field. Okay, and you have to remember, nearer to that conductor magnetic field will be more, and the distance is increasing from conductor, the magnetic field will be reduced. Okay, and this right side image is, that is a compass, that one is the compass, and inside of that compass having the needle, two sides needle, and it having the some readings also. Okay, so now you can see that theory what I mentioned here. Suppose we keep a magnetic compass nearer to current carrying conductor. This compass we should keep nearer to the current carrying conductor. It shows deflection. That magnetic compass, it will show some deflection. That means the current carrying conductor produces magnetic field around this region in the form of circular lines. Okay, so whenever you are placing this compass nearer to that current carrying conductor, that compass needle is showing some deflection, it is moving. Okay, so only we can identify this current carrying conductor is producing magnetic field around this region in the form of circles. Okay, ma. Next point is, the direction of magnetic field depends on the direction of current. The direction of magnetic field will be depends on the direction of current. So here the arrow mark will be indicating on the figure is top, correct, no? Upward direction. So only the magnetic field in the arrow marks on the blue lines, magnetic field is showing it is like anti-clockwise, correct? Suppose, what is the meaning of the second point? The direction of magnetic field depends on the direction of current. For suppose that arrow marks will be shown downward direction, means that magnetic field direction also will be changed. Okay, so the direction of the magnetic field will be depends on here direction of current. Okay, so this is the explanation about magnetic field around a straight current carrying conductor. Next concept is magnetic field around circular coil. This concept is similar to previous concept. What is the previous concept? Magnetic field produced around a straight conductor. Same that concept only here also, but there we used straight conductor. Instead of that straight conductor we are using circular coil. Okay, so here also same. First of all, you can observe the figure what I mentioned here. The red color wire is there, no, that is the circular coil. That arrow marks will be indicating the current. So this is the current carrying circular coil. Okay, and that blue color lines are there, no, that is the magnetic lines. Okay, so here also same. Suppose we keep a magnetic compass nearer to circular coil. The compass shows deflection because it is producing magnetic field around the region of circular coil in the form of circles. So whenever we are keeping the compass nearer to the circular coil, it will show some deflection because this current carrying circular coil is producing some amount of magnetic field in the form of magnetic field lines around this coil. See, please see the diagram. In this diagram, he mentioned 2 points A and B. In that A point, based on that point A, the magnetic field lines are creating that coil. At the same time, based on that point B also, that is creating some magnetic field lines, magnetic field. Okay, but at point A, it is creating magnetic field. The direction of the magnetic field is top. That means anti-clockwise. And at point B, the direction of the magnetic field is clockwise. Please observe clearly. At point A, the direction of the magnetic field is anti-clockwise. At point B, the direction of the magnetic field is clockwise. Okay, for what reason at 2 points magnetic field is different means based on the direction of current. Okay, so the direction of the current is different, so only the direction of magnetic field also different at both the points. Okay, so next point is the direction of magnetic field depends on the direction of current. Here also same. So the direction of the magnetic field is depends on the direction of current. Okay, so whenever a compass is placing nearer to that magnetic compass, coil, that magnetic compass is showing some deflection. Okay, so only we can identify that current carrying conductor is producing magnetic field. Okay, next concept is right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. That means by the use of our right hand, by the use of our right hand, we can find the direction of the magnetic field. We can find the direction of the magnetic field in a straight current carrying conductor and loops. That means current carrying coils. So please see how to find the direction of the magnetic field by the use of our right hand. We'll see. First of all, see the sentence. It is used to find the direction of magnetic field in current carrying straight conductor and circular coils. The direction of current is known. At what time, at what condition only we can able to find the direction of the magnetic field? Whenever we know the direction of the current in a circular coil, otherwise straight current carrying conductor. Whenever we know the direction of the current only, we can able to find the direction of the magnetic field. We don't know the direction of the current means we can't find the direction of the magnetic field also. Okay, so first of all we have to know what is the direction of the current only. We can able to find the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, now in this procedure, how we can able to find the direction of the magnetic field by the use of our right hand thumb rule? We can see now. If we hold the current carrying conductor, if we hold the current carrying conductor in our right hand, okay, we can keep the current carrying conductor in our right hand such that the thumb points in the direction of current. The thumb will be point in the direction of current flow. Then the fingers encircling the wire points in the direction of the magnetic field lines produced. It is easy. I already told you what is the use of the right hand thumb rule. we can able to find the direction of the magnetic field whenever we know the direction of the current. Okay, so already we know the direction of current. See the figure. In the figure, first diagram, you can see he hold one current carrying conductor in his hand, right hand. Okay, then what is the direction of the current there? Top, that blue color he mentioned, that is the direction of the current. At which side the current is flowing, that side you can keep your right hand thumb finger. You can keep your right hand thumb finger. Whenever you are keeping that right hand thumb finger in top, remaining, what about the remaining four fingers? Remaining four fingers will be encircling the conductor. Encircling means holding. At what direction that four fingers are showing? Inside of your hand, right? Inside of your hand. So that is the direction of the magnetic field. That is the direction of the magnetic field. So I already told you, you have to know first of all what is the direction of the current. Then only you can able to find the direction of magnetic field. So first you can keep your right hand thumb finger in top because that is the direction of the current flowing. At which side remaining four fingers are showing, that is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so the thumb finger indicating the direction of current, remaining four fingers is indicating the direction of magnetic field. Okay, now see the second diagram also. Now first diagram, that is the current carrying straight conductor. Second one is the current carrying circular loop, circular coil. Okay, now first of all, see in this current carrying circular coil, downside hand, that blue color arrow mark is indicating the current, direction of current. So only he kept the thumb finger that direction. Then remaining four fingers, at what side it is showing? Top. So that is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, and in the circular coil, top hand, you can see there that arrow mark, blue color arrow mark is showing the direction of the current. Okay, so only he kept that thumb finger in that direction. Remaining fingers, at what side it is showing? Top. So that is the direction of the magnetic field. Like that, as same as this right side corner hand also. So from this concept, actually what we have to know, what we should learn here, by the use of our right hand, whenever we know the direction of the current in a circular coil, otherwise straight current carrying conductor, we can easily find the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so by the use of this right hand thumb rule, what we can find direction of magnetic field whenever we know the direction of current. Okay, next one is Maxwell's right hand corkscrew rule. This rule, right hand corkscrew rule, he proposed this rule, Maxwell's. So only he kept his name, Maxwell's right hand corkscrew rule. The aim of this rule also same only. He has to find the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, by the use of screw. So please see how he is finding the direction of the magnetic field by the use of right hand corkscrew rule. This rule is used to determine the direction of magnetic field. If we rotate a right-handed screw using a screwdriver, then the direction of current is same as the direction in which screw advances. That means if we rotate a right-handed screw using a screwdriver, then the direction of current is same as the direction in which screw advances. Advances means whenever we are, by the use of screwdriver, we are rotating that screw, usually that screw will be moving to the wall, moving inside of the wall. That screw will be moves inside of the wall. So which side the screw is moving inside of the wall, that is the direction of the current. That is the direction of the current. And next, and direction of rotation of the screw gives the direction of magnetic field. So here, at what side screw is going inside of the wall, so that is the direction of current. At what side screw is rotating, usually screw is rotating and rotating and rotating. After a couple of rotations only, that screw will be fully, it will enter into inside of the wall, correct? No? So that screw is moving inside of the wall means that is the direction of the current, like a forward direction. At what side that screw is rotating, like forward direction, that means clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, that is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so rotation of the screw will be indicating as the direction of the magnetic field, and at what side the screw is going, that is that will be indicate the direction of the current. Okay, I hope you understood what is the difference between the right hand thumb rule and Maxwell's right hand corkscrew rule. In right hand thumb rule, there you have to know what is the direction of the current, only you can able to find the magnetic field, correct? But here you no need to find the direction of the current also. You don't want to, you no need to know the direction of the current. That means without knowing current direction, you can able to find the direction of the magnetic field by the use of this Maxwell's right hand corkscrew rule. Okay, I hope this is easy compared to that right hand thumb rule to identify the direction of magnetic field. Okay, from last 15 minutes onwards, what we discussed just now, I will revise once again. Today's our first concept is what? Magnetic field of a straight current carrying conductor. And next one is magnetic field of current carrying circular coil. And third one is right hand thumb rule. Fourth one is Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Now first one is magnetic field of a straight current carrying conductor. What we learned at this concept? Whenever we are keeping a magnetic compass nearer to that current carrying conductor, that magnetic compass needle is showing some deflection. For what reason that magnetic compass needle is showing some deflection? Because that current carrying conductor is producing some amount of magnetic field in the form of magnetic field lines around this circular coil. Okay, but here we can't able to find the direction of the current based on the direction of here we can't able to find the direction of magnetic field. Okay, but the direction of the current is reversed, means the direction of the magnetic field also will be reverse. And second one is magnetic field of current carrying circular coil. I told you already, this concept is similar to the magnetic field of a straight current carrying conductor. Now whenever a current is flowing through a circular coil, this also will be creating some amount of magnetic field around this region. In this situation, whenever you are keeping a magnetic compass nearer to the current carrying circular coil, that magnetic compass needle is showing some deflection, because this coil also will be producing the magnetic field. Okay, but here also the direction of the magnetic field will be depends on the direction of current. Okay, and next concept is right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Here what is the use of this? Actually, what is the aim of this right hand thumb rule? By the use of this right hand thumb rule, we can identify the direction of magnetic field whenever we know the direction of current. In that condition only we can able to find the direction of magnetic field. Okay, in this rule what we should do, what we have to do, suppose you can take one current carrying conductor. In that current carrying conductor you can keep in your hand, you can hold that conductor in your hand. So in that current carrying conductor means in that conductor some amount of current is flowing one particular direction. So you are holding that conductor in your hand, and at what side, at what direction the current is flowing, in that direction you have to keep in your right hand thumb finger. Okay, that is the direction of the current. At what side the direction current is flowing, that direction you can keep in your hand thumb finger. Okay, that is the direction of the current. At that time remaining 4 fingers is showing some direction, some other direction, that is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, thumb finger will indicate the direction of the current, and remaining 4 fingers will be indicating as the direction of the magnetic field. This right hand thumb rule will be applicable in a straight current carrying conductor and current carrying circular loop also. Okay, and last one is Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Now in this rule, without knowing the direction of current, we can identify the direction of current. We can identify the direction of magnetic field. How? In this right hand corkscrew rule, take one screw. Okay, by the use of screwdriver, you are rotating the screw into the wall, inside of the wall. So whenever you are rotating that screw by the use of screwdriver, that screw will be rotated in clockwise, right? That screw will be rotated in clockwise, and screw will be moving inside. Screw is rotating right side, and continuously it is rotating, and continuously it is going inside of the wall. So that screw is going inside of the wall. That means that is the direction of the current. And which side screw is rotating, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, that is the direction of the magnetic field. So the moving of the screw will be indicates the direction of current, and the rotation of the screw will be indicates the direction of magnetic field. Okay, what is the difference between the right hand thumb rule and Maxwell's right hand corkscrew rule? In right hand thumb rule, we have to know direction of current, then only we can able to find the direction of magnetic field. But in corkscrew rule, we don't want to find the direction of the current. Without knowing direction of current, we can able to find the direction of magnetic field and direction of current also. Okay, so this is the explanation about our total today's class. I hope you guys are understood this class. You have any doubts means after watching the video, please ask. Thank you.